Welcome back to our channel. My name is Teacher Smith and today we are going to do a very interesting question on algebraic thinking. So before we start off with the question, let's see what's this topic about. In algebraic thinking, there are questions where we have some figures that are given to us, some interesting figures, and these figures are related to values, and we have to find out what is the question asking for. So without wasting any more time, let's get started. Now here, this question is from 2022 SASMO exam, question number 22. It is given that there are two rhinos. Everyone knows rhinos, right? Two rhinos when added with a bear, and when added with a lion, the value is 100. Then for lion and bear, the sum given to us is 51. Now the question is asking, find the sum of rhino, bear and lion. This means we have to find out what is the value of rhino, what is the number, what is the value of bear, and what is the value of lion here. So the thing is, if we directly look at the question, becomes quite challenging because here we don't have individual value of any animals here. So how should we proceed? So let's try to understand what does this value and this figure means. Let's take a short example. Now let's say there is a cute orange, and for an orange the price is $5. So for one orange the price is $5. So if I ask you, for 3 oranges, what will be the price? So here, if I want to find out the price of these 3 oranges that are present, what I will do? For one orange, we know it's $5. So other orange also $5, other orange also $5. And we have to find out the total cost. So what we will do is just add them up. And now 5 plus 5 plus 5, we all know it is nothing but 15. Very good answer. Now, here, what we did, there was a figure and this figure had a value that is $5. So what I did, I just substituted the value of each orange and then added them together to get a new value. So whenever you have a figure which corresponds to a value, you can just replace or substitute the value in terms of the figure. So what we can understand from the first example is, when there is a figure corresponding to value, we can replace figure with its value. That is substitute. Now this is just the first example. Let's have a look at another example where the price of the orange is the same, that is $5. But there is a new fruit added in our basket. So here, let's say if there are 2 oranges and 1 apple, which is nothing but total price as $25. We have to find out what is the cost of this apple. So what did we just see in example 1? Whenever we have a figure correspond to value, what should we do? Replace. You still remember? Very good. So here, we'll substitute the figure with its value, and for the apple we don't know, so I'll put a question mark and then add them up together to get 25. Now the question arises, how we can find out the value of the apple here? Because for 2 oranges, if we try to add them up, we know it's $10. But for apple, how to get it? So for that, we have to first understand what is the meaning of this equal sign. Equal sign means, let's say there is a weighing machine. Everyone knows, right? Weighing machine. Now in this weighing machine, if I put these 3 fruits and this $25, this is equal now. The weight is equal. So I have to balance it out. On this right side, we can see it's $25. But on the left hand side, for 2 oranges, we know it's $10. So to keep it balanced, how many more dollars I have to add? I have to put here so that it becomes equal to this 25. How to think? What we can do? We can just add $15 and now 15 plus 10 becomes 25. Here also 25 becomes the same. So to get this 15, what we can do is we can just remove this 10 and then we can get this as $15. So from the second example, what we can observe, if there is an unknown value in this equation, then what we can do, we can just subtract, we can remove, and then we can get the answer. We can check if left hand side and right hand side is equal or not. So this is what we can understand from the second example. Now let's see a more challenging example. Now in the third example, let's say there are our three little friends. We all have seen Tom and Jerry, right? So there is Spike, there is Jerry, and there is Tom. Now they all three eat 12 cheese cubes. Now regarding Jerry and Tom, they both total eat 4 cheese cubes. Now here we don't know how many they eat individually. Like we don't know how many Jerry eats and how many Tom eat. It can be 1, 3, it can be 2, 2, or it can be 4 or 0. We are not even sure. But the question is asking us to find out how much did Spike eat. The cute little doggo. So here we are not sure about their individual values. So what we will do is, we know their sum. That is Jerry and Tom's sum. So since they both are real friends, so we can tie them up with the friendship band. Or else we, in mathematical terms, we can call it as together we'll consider them as just 4. That is just grouping them. So we'll group them together, and now for Jerry and Tom, the total amount of cheese cubes they eat is just 4. So what I will do is, this value, if this is 4. Now, Doggo plus 4 is 12. This means how much did Doggo eat? Because when I add 4, then it becomes 12. So what should be the value of Doggo? Oh, it's the same thing that we did previously. That is 12 minus 4, which is 8. And here we can get the individual value. But what we can understand from this, if there are 2 of the sums, not just 2, any number of sums that are present, so we can club them together, we can group them together and then substitute. Group, substitute, group, substitute, and then we can get the value. So here what we can summarize is, if there is sum of figures, if there are many figures and there's sum, so since it's sum plus sign, that is the reason why we can group them together. Now I believe you might have understood this. So let's see the question. Now here in this question also, is there some figures that we can group? Oh, we can observe the lion and the bear is 51. So what we can do, these 2 figures, since it's a plus sign, we can group them up together. The total value is 51. So here also, in this part, if I want to find out what is the value of the rhino, we can group them up together. And now, rhino and rhino is nothing but when added 15, it's 100. So 2 rhinos when multiplied and then added with 51, the answer should be 100. So how to find out the value of the 2 rhinos? Oh, we just saw, we can just subtract. So for 2 rhinos, it's nothing but 100 minus 51, which is 49. Now comes another important challenge for you. See, 2 rhinos when multiplied, the answer should be 49. This means the 2 rhinos are the same figures. It's like 2 same numbers. When multiplied, the answer should be 49. 2 same numbers. For example, 2 times 2, same number. But the answer is 4. We need to achieve 49. So can you tell me what is the value of the rhino? Oh, we can just try, or else 2 times 2, 3 times 3, 4 times 4, 5 times 5, 6 times 6, 36. 7 times 7. 7 times 7 satisfies this. That is 49. So what we can do is, for rhino, the value is 7. Now, if I want to find out the real sum, what we can do? We can just add them up together. So here, the sum it's asking is rhino plus these 2 figures is equal to question mark. So what we can do is, here, rhino plus these 2 values we know is 51 and rhino is 7. So 7 plus 51, which is nothing but, which is nothing but 58. So here, the final answer, I'll write it down, is nothing but 58. So what we can understand from this question, see, it's about the figures. The figures are unknown to us. It's unknown, which is corresponding to a value. That is the reason why the question belongs to algebraic thinking. And in algebraic thinking, whenever you see sum, it's one type of question where you have sum. Whenever you have sum, what we can do, class? We can just group them together. So let's just summarize. If there is sum of figures, we can just group them together and then replace the value in the question. So here, group them and replace is the summary for this question. So this is what we can understand. Now, apart from this, there is a small challenge that I have for you guys. You can try out the question and then get back to me. So here is the challenge for you. Now, while solving this question, if you have any doubts, you can contact me on this QR code right on your screen. So you can contact me on this QR code. You can join the group. I am present in the group. You can post your doubts and I'll help you clear it. So that's my time. I'm so sad to tell this. I am Teacher Smith signing off right now, but I'll see you in the next video.